Hey everyone, this is Michael again, and welcome to another Heroes Reborn review. This is going to be the final review because this is on episode 13 called Project Reborn, and this is the series finale of Heroes Reborn. And what I thought of this episode, I thought it was a so-so episode, a so-so series finale. There was some good, some bad, but I found it to be also a mess of an episode, mess of a series finale too. But basically, the episode opens up with Tommy being trapped in Evernow, which, if you saw the previous episode, last week's episode where Ultimo put Tommy in there, and when he's there, he meets his future self, and his future self helps him to remember his past, and his memories start to come back to him. Like, we see him watching a newscast of when he was a kid, a newscast of when Claire jumped off the Ferris wheel, and Mom there tells him that Claire is his real mother, and he says he's ready to save the world. We also see him and Melina, Melina as kids, and they try to join their powers together, because they're there with Angela and the Haitian, and also something else that happened in the episode is that Erica is launching that time machine, which they call it Project Reborn, and while it's starting to work, we find out that Erica and everyone in Gateway is in the future, and they are 7,957 years in the future. So that whole time machine worked and took everyone to the future. Also, Ren and Emily go in to the Gateway, and they awake Ultimo and also Miko, who is the real Miko that was there. She's not, the Miko in the video game, which they call Katana Girl. Because Ren was like, "Oh, do you remember me?" And the real Miko, doesn't even know who Ren is. Only the video game Miko, Katana Girl, knows. So yeah, it's kind of jumping all around in places. So, but also Luke, Melina, and Quentin arrive at Gateway, and one of the first solar flares come, and so Luke lets Melina and Quentin stay in this sort of structure, and we see Luke ends up sacrificing himself to absorb the solar flare, and it's just Luke and Melina now. No, not Luke and Melina. Melina and Quentin. It's just only them two now. But we see also Carlos, Oscar, and Micah. They end up removing the bullet from Farah, which, if you saw the previous episode, she was shot by Joanne. And also, Quentin and Melina have to get to the clock tower, and both of them go there and try to get up to the clock tower. And while they're trying to get up there, Phoebe ends up using her powers to capture Melina, and it eventually leads to Quentin shooting Phoebe, and she falls from the clock tower and ends up being killed. Ultimo ends up telling Ren to go into Evernow to help rescue Tommy. So Ren ends up going into the game, and he's there with Miko, Katana Girl, in the game. She's not the real Miko in Gateway. And Ren ends up freeing Tommy from Evernow. Also, Melina trying to stop the flares from coming by using her powers, and the flares are too strong for her to control. Also, Erica reveals to Tommy that the future depends on the world being destroyed, and will not exist if Tommy ends up saving it. So it leads to Tommy using his powers to exist in both times simultaneously. Like, he's Tommy in the future, and the Tommy from the past. Well, as of now, it's really confusing, though, as I'm trying to explain it to you all. But Melina and Tommy end up using their powers, and they can't join them, and so Tommy remembers that they both need someone else, and he ends up saving Noah, which from the episodes when Phoebe was using her powers, and Tommy ended up saving Noah from Noah not trying to die from the car that was gonna crush and kill him. So he ends up saving Noah, and all three of them use the powers, and the other Tommy brings everyone back to the present from the future, and just leaves Erica there, leaving her in the future. And then Melina, Tommy, and Noah end up destroying the flare, and Noah ends up sacrificing himself just to help his grandchildren. So yeah, so Noah is wasted in this episode. He just comes and just is there with Melina and Tommy, and end up using the powers to help save the solar flare, and ends up being killed off. Then after that, it goes 3 months later, and we find out that Quentin is captured, and these two these two, I don't know if they were government agents or something like that, and both of the government agents wants Quentin to tell them about the Evos, but he refuses to. And while he's giving all that talk to those agents, we see the real Miko and Ren, sparring together. Carlos and Farah continue that luchador's work. And then we see Tommy and Emily work at the ice cream parlor, and just enjoying their livelihood. And it ends with both Tommy and Melina receiving tarot cards, and we see Melina attending the school that Claire attended in the original series, which was really cool. And Angela tells Melina that their father is coming, that both Melina and Tommy's father is coming, and that no one can protect the both of them. And it ends right there, ends the volume, and they just ended on a cliffhanger, which is really disappointing, considering I know they said that was supposed to be a mini series, and just for one season, but they had other ideas that they wanted to do for future episodes if it did get renewed. But yeah, so sort of a kind of a disappointing end to this mini series. But like I said, it was a so-so episode. Also, a mess of an episode 2 of a series finale. But as a whole of this whole mini series, this whole Heroes Reborn, I actually thought it was an okay show. My opinion was it's not as good as the original series, but I enjoyed Heroes Reborn for what it was. Even though, like I said, it's not as good as the original series, but it was an okay miniseries. So, but yeah. So, anyways, that's it for my review of Heroes Reborn, episode 13, called Project Reborn, which is the series finale. Thank you all for watching, and I don't know what the next video that I will do. I don't know if I'll review the Royal Rumble, which is coming up this Sunday, because we're expecting a blizzard that's coming in tomorrow. So, I don't know if I'm going to get together with my friend and, my other friend, and go over to his house and watch the Royal Rumble. But who knows? Maybe there will be a review, maybe not. I do want to review, give my thoughts on Legends of Tomorrow, which I did see the pilot last night. It was a part 1 of the pilot, and then this Thursday will be part 2. So when both parts, when part 2 airs, I'll give my thoughts on what I think of what I thought of the pilot episodes of both parts of Legends of Tomorrow. So, but yeah, so anyways, thank you all for watching, and until next video, I'll see you all later. Bye.